Alright guys, so we're watching AEW Dynamite, a little bit late here, but just like Jonathan says all the time, lateness is greatness, right? So, yeah, it's great, and we're watching what is apparently the biggest box office attraction from Tony Khan. Tony Khan says that this match right here, the match that we're watching right now, it is Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal, is his biggest AEW's biggest box office attraction, and that's why we're getting this rematch tonight. It is a bonanza, what Tony Khan is calling it. He says the series tied at 1-1. The challenge is the last man to pin the reigning champion clearly, and also the first fight was a big box office success. Their second fight was AEW's most watched match of 2023 with over 1.2 million viewers. So really, Tony Khan is looking at this match as a big box office attraction. As we can see, this match here is kicking off the show. Let me know what do you feel about this match so far. Jay Lethal versus Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic Championship. The third time it's happening for the third time. It's good to see everybody. Ritu, it's good to see you. Ricky, we can see my brother James in the house. Gary, it's good to see all of you. Mr. Singh, hope you're all doing well. And yeah, AEW Dynamite night it is. And I know a lot of craziness went down on NXT last night. I had Andy commenting. I just saw the comments here from Andy as well, and from Ricky as well, the messages about all the stuff that happened last night. Ricky messaging me if it's real, if it's kayfabe. Roxanne Perez apparently was in the hospital overnight, but that was most likely a part of the storyline, so that was that. But lots of stuff happened on NXT last night as well, but right now, as we can see, Orange Cassidy down and out on the ringside, tending to his bad knee. Seems like it is Jay Lethal right now with the upper hand. True, my brother. It's good to see you. Welcome. Money Badger is in the house. Money Badger, it's always good to see you. I keep seeing you streaming some games and stuff on Twitch. It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. That's right. Weenum is here. Weenum, good to see you. And Weenum says NXT was crazy. Yep. And James says it's a work. It really is a work. But, big up to Roxanne, I guess. Big up to Roxanne, and also big up to her opponent, Miko Satomura, to put on a show like that, put on a match like that, and actually give Roxanne Perez a win like that. It's awesome on her part. I was really hoping that, it would be Miko Satomura who would be walking out with the title, but, whatever happened, I think was pretty good. And they're working out the whole angle very, very well, I must say. Lots of people confused if it was work or if it was not. But one thing's for sure right now, as we can see, most of us do understand that it was a work. It was work and nothing else. And Ricky says happened to Roxanne. Same thing happened to HBK on the Raw 95 in storyline. That's right. A lot of people actually drew comparisons of HBK. And right now, as we know, HBK is in charge of the NXT as a whole, right? He's the guy overlooking a lot of the creative. So, of course, that whole thing had to recycle. We're looking at the same exact storyline kind of play out here for Roxanne Perez, just the way it did play out for HBK back then. Ricky, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's right. I mean, I obviously did not watch that live because 95 was like when I was born. So, yeah, I did not watch it back then. But, definitely the same storyline, Ricky. Absolutely. She was very tired, says Money Badger. Absolutely, she was. That's right. We got Jake here. Jake, good to see you. Welcome. Maybe Roxanne's turning heel. I don't know. Roxanne is like the biggest face, right? They turned Cora Jade heel, and I never saw that coming. I thought Cora Jade was going to be the biggest money draw, the money maker for them. Her snapback hat, her skateboard. It just felt to me that she was going to be a big merchandise mover, a real good baby face, but they turned her heel. So anything possible. Maybe they can turn Roxanne Perez heel too, but I think it would be a bad idea because they need a face as well, right? They need a big face who the people love. And right now, if Roxanne Perez is hospitalized, she's going to get a lot of sympathy. She's going to get a lot of people, caring about her, getting emotional about her. So I think it's a great time to push her as the ultimate baby face than heel. But let's see what happens, Ricky. Maybe Roxanne has to drop the belt, says Money Badger. Well, I don't know. If this whole thing is just planned, right? If it's not, if it's just kayfabe, then she does not have to drop the belt. But of course, if it's real, then she'll be dropping it, which I don't think it's real. Shawn Michaels storyline recreated with NXT talent. That's right, true. That is correct. Yep. And here we are, back from commercial, back from the picture-in-picture. It is Jay Lethal going for a suplex on Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, of course, with a nice counter, grabs the elbow, is going to go for a suplex. Oh dear, Jay Lethal does it. Orange Cassidy almost turns it around into a stunner. Jay Lethal reverses it. Cassidy's going to go for it again. A suplex to Jay Lethal. Now, I've got to ask all of you guys, this match, you know, Tony Khan has called it the biggest main box office attraction. He said that the series, it's tied at a 1-1. The first match, of course, was a big box office success. He's called it a big box office success. The second match, Tony Khan says, was AEW's most watched match of this year, of 2023 until now, and that match gained over 1.2 million viewers itself. So do you see this match as a big box office success yourself? You know, this third match here, do you see it as a big deal? Well, let me know, guys. And Johnny Wrestling is back on NXT, says Ricky. You know, and you know how much love I have for Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae. If they want to stay in NXT, I'd be more than happy. I've got no problem with that, Ricky. I've got no problem. Clay, good to see you. Welcome. We got Matisse here. Matisse Armani Gucci. Welcome. And they say, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? You know, it's that's a tough question. Always is a tough question because that keeps changing. There's so many good wrestlers out there. But, you know, I feel like, gosh, John Cena is a generational star. I feel I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I feel like John Cena is just one of those stars that, you know, a generational star. Undertaker, a generational star. Triple H, one of a kind, one of a lifetime star. So yeah, it's gonna be one of these three people, right? I probably will go with Cena because of this charisma. You know, everything about Cena is a total package, so I probably will go with John Cena. Definitely my favorite. One of the reasons why I tuned into wrestling in the first place, so that's that. And here we are. It is Hangman Page. We're going to be hearing from Hangman Page later on. FTR is going to be on the show as well later on, which is great. You know, a Dynamite with FTR. It's been a while. So should be a good show tonight. Yep. And James says, 95. I was a freshman in high school. Oh my God, I'm old. James, no, you're good. You're good. You're lucky, you know, that you actually were in high school during the 90s and you lived through that era and you remember a lot. You probably have a lot of memories from the 95 because, you know, what they say, the 90s, 80s, they were the best times to be alive. You know, the days without the cell phones, the days without all this, you know, a lot of the unnecessary technology, simpler days, happier days. Yeah, you're lucky to be, you know, to have lived through those days, James. That's awesome. That is great. Yep, and The Rock is my favorite, says Money Badger. Oh yeah, The Rock. The Rock. You know, I remember how split the people were when it came to The Rock versus John Cena. A lot of the fans, of course, rooting for The Rock, making fun of the people who were actually rooting for John Cena. The whole thing was crazy. I love it. Yeah, that's right. So, we talked about this earlier, that Damian Priest, in an interview, did mention that WWE was planning something for Puerto Rico, and we know exactly what it is now. They are going back to Puerto Rico in May for Backlash. So right after WrestleMania, they're going to be going to Puerto Rico for Backlash. The first WWE pay-per-view, I believe, after New Year's resolution, which took place in like the 2000s. So it's a big deal for Puerto Rico, big deal for the WWE, and I'm pretty sure that Damian Priest will get a big match and really will have that spotlight on himself in Puerto Rico. It's gonna happen for sure. Apparently Cassidy versus Lethal is a big deal, says True. Yeah, apparently it is. You know, I was surprised when I saw the tweet from Tony Khan as well, just talking about all that these two have accomplished together. The first match was a big box office, he says. The second match, the biggest draw of the year. I was surprised, but if that's true, I mean, awesome. And here we are, Cassidy going for, oh dear, Lethal turns it around, plants Cassidy down hard. But Lethal is such a, I believe before he signed, you know, with AEW, a lot of people did not see the golden star that Lethal really is. He can hang around in the ring with anybody. You know, let it be somebody like Ric Flair, somebody like Orange Cassidy, or even somebody like, you know, Satnam Singh, Omos, Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure he can hang around anybody and make them look good and make himself look good. That is the kind of a star Jay Lethal is, and going for the cover here on Cassidy, a near fall, and Cassidy kicks out. Bad Bunny, that's right, Bad Bunny's also hosting Backlash in Puerto Rico, so Pretty big deal. I'm pretty sure the fans in Puerto Rico are going to be rejoicing. And I love it. Every time they go to a new location outside of America, I must say, it's fantastic because the fans don't really get a lot of wrestling, so they don't take these shows for granted. Like if they go to an international venue, UK, yeah, we talk about Puerto Rico, talk about other countries. It's always a treat, even for the people watching on TV, because the fans are so loud. The energy of the place is so contagious that it automatically makes the pay-per-view so much better. So I'm looking forward to Backlash because I know the fans are going to be crazy loud, and it's going to be a fun time. With that being said, it seemed like Jay Lethal's knee gave out. Taking advantage of that, Orange Cassidy goes to the big one, the Superman punch of Cassidy, and with that punch, he goes to the cover and gets the victory. Orange Cassidy is still the All-Atlantic Champion. Yep. This guy's never dropping the title. Never. Yeah, Tony Khan loves this guy. Orange Cassidy has done it again. He just defeated Jay Lethal, and that's a pretty big deal. And Money Badger, that's right. That's your answer. Orange Cassidy, victorious. 95 was Little Ricky. I was in preschool, says Ricky. That's awesome. That is great. That's awesome. Yeah. How do you guys remember your 2000? So, tell me about this. When 2000 hit, right, when we entered a new century altogether, how do you guys remember the celebration or the buzz or the excitement around 2000 arriving? Because, I don't remember much of it, but I do remember some songs and a lot of excitement around the fact that 2000 was around the corner. That's a little bit is what I remember. But how do you remember 2000's arrival? Let me know. And here we are. Alright. So the referee, making sure that Jay Lethal stays away from Orange Cassidy, heads to the back. Lethal, of course, having a hard time. I knew it was coming. Knew this was coming. The way the camera just stayed on Orange Cassidy. Knew this had to happen. The dirtiest guy in the locker room, Jeff Jarrett, attacks Orange Cassidy from behind, blindsiding him out of nowhere and taking him down. That's right. Orange Cassidy is down. He's out. And Jeff Jarrett now has a guitar in his hand. Looks like the guitar is going to be breaking up Orange Cassidy's skull. Or on Orange Cassidy. Oh dear. On his bad knee. On his bad knee goes the guitar, and Orange Cassidy is in pain. That's terrible. Yep. It's quite interesting that Jeff Jarrett actually took his broken guitar with him. As he's making his way out the ring or out of the arena, he actually carries his broken guitar with him, I guess. I guess it was for that shot. Alright. This makes a lot more sense. I was wondering, why did he actually carry his broken guitar with him? I guess this makes a lot more sense. Okay, Jeff Jarrett does it again. Dirty, dirty old man. True, says Double J. That's right, brother. That is correct. Double J indeed. Alright, I'm actually trying to enjoy some MLW now. Oh, is that right, Money Badger? You're trying to get into MLW. That's quite interesting. Now, how do you like MLW? And of course, we cannot forget that some of the greatest stars that we currently have today were once in MLW. We talk about MJF. The guy himself, the devil himself, was once a big part of MLW. So, that's awesome that you're watching MLW. And you know what? They're a legit company, I guess. I've heard that they actually paired their stars pretty well as well. We're talking about somebody like Alexander Hammerstone. I was surprised. I came to know that MLW actually pays them over $150,000 per year. I never would have expected, salary like that coming out of MLW, but they do give that kind of a salary to their biggest stars. That of course is Hammerstone, their highest paid star right now. Approximately $150,000 a year in salary, so that's pretty good. And also, they fly them around. So, MLW, not a very bad place to work at. They actually pay better than the NWA does, because NWA's pay is not good. I know this information firsthand. That pay is not good. So, MLW, not too shabby. And here we are tonight. We're going to be getting a big match, a title match for the TNT Championship. It's going to be Wardlow versus Hobbs. The face of the Revolution winner this year, Hobbs, is going to be taking on Wardlow, trying to take away his TNT title. So this should be a good match for sure. And coming up next right here is my guy. Love this guy. Love his matches. This guy is, I feel like he would be a lot better than Austin Theory. And I'd rather seen, Ricky Starks versus John Cena at Mania than Austin versus Cena. Ricky Starks making his way out. I love this guy. I was listening way too much old school hip hop and rap and rock songs back in 2000, says Ricky. I understand, Ricky. Yeah, a lot of people were in that phase. Did you have long hair and did you wear sunglasses? Okay, that kind of fits my description. But were you like total in that era? Like were you a total metal fan or rock fan? Let me know. Oh wow, Moons, thank you for that, brother. That is so nice of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is so kind of you. Thank you, Moons. That of course goes to my WWE 2K23 donation box because I have to buy the game and that game is ridiculously expensive, so every donation helps. Thank you, Moons. Thank you for the donation. It's good to see everybody. Good to see you, Moons. I see Tony is in the house. Yes, I remember 2012, people going crazy about 2K. Why 2K? I was in college, I understand. That's awesome. That's awesome, James. Wow. And here we are, Ricky Starks. Let's see what he has to say. You got it, Moons. AEW, AEW, AEW. I'm glad I did not have to do that tonight. And Tony says, sup, Mr. Singh, congrats to Orange Cassidy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, he got the victory, but he still got beat up by Jeff Jarrett, so not too good of a night for Orange Cassidy, but still okay. Finally, that's right. Yep. Finally, the RIC has come back. It's good to see you, Tony. Yeah, I wanted to. I don't know. That was the answer that I was expecting, but I was hoping he wouldn't give us. He says, I'm not sure what I'm doing next. And, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Money Badger. Really appreciate that donation. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, all of this money going to, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? The Bullet Club. That's right, sure. The Bullet Club is here. What? Juice Robinson is here in the house, taking out Orange Cassidy. Well, Orange Cassidy was not sure where he was headed next, and Juice Robinson is here to let him know exactly where he's headed. Wow. Juice Robinson is here on AEW Dynamite, and he just took out Ricky Starks. Did not see that coming. I'm pretty sure Ricky Starks did not see that coming. This got very interesting. Now the reaction to it was kind of average, I guess. I mean, I would have expected a bigger pop to Juice Robinson and the Bullet Club thing. I guess it was average, but wow, still, what a moment. Juice Robinson, Bullet Club. They are here on Dynamite. Let's see what else are we going to be getting tonight. Maybe some more of Bullet Club tonight. We shall see. But once again, Moon's Money Badger, thank you so much. And just like I said, all of this donation is going to the 2K23 donation box. Because you know what? They're charging us a lot of money for that game. Literally. I'm not sure how it is outside of India, but in India, the difference between the Deluxe Edition and the second edition, I'm not sure what they're calling it, the Icon Edition, right? It's only about how much? It's only about $7, and I don't think that's fair. Like last year, that difference was way too much. It was about $10, $15, or not $20. This time it's only $7, so it's ridiculously expensive. All of the editions, and yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't think it's gonna be worth it, but yeah, we have to do what we have to do. Once again, thank you, Money Badger, Moons, and everybody else for being here. Thank you. And Money Badger says the Mullet Club. That's right. AJ, for the 2K23 special, you should play 2K22 one last time. Actually, that's not a bad idea, Moons. That's actually a pretty good idea. Sure. We probably should do that. That's right. Orange Starks. That's right, sure. Orange Starks. That's funny. Oh dear. I like that. You know what? I would love to see a match between... Actually, not a match. I would like to see a stable, this one's cheesy, but a stable between Orange Cassidy and Juice Robinson, and they could call it Orange Juice. Heck yeah, I want that. Am I the first one to think of it? I think it's fantastic. Orange Cassidy, Juice Robinson, you call that stable Orange Juice, that's gonna sell like nothing else. I can only imagine the merchandise for that kind of stable, that it would be fantastic. Somebody needs to pitch that idea and make it happen. Really should. I still believe Jay White will be in AEW. I think so too, Chase. I think AEW is the place where he should be. I'm not sure if WWE will work out for him, but AEW definitely sounds like the legit home. It's almost like Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter, he could have fit in Slytherin, but we all knew that Gryffindor was going to be the place for him. That's where he really belonged. That's where he knew he belonged. But he would have been okay in Slytherin as well. He might have been better in Slytherin. You never know. So it's the same case for Juice Robinson, where in his case, Gryffindor is AEW, Slytherin is the WWE. It just depends on where he wants to go, right? He wants to go for the dark side, or if he wants to go for the bright side. That decision, I guess, he has to make. And the money, or the talking hat, has to make. So we shall see. But one thing's for sure, wherever Jay White ends up going, it's going to be a treat for the fans. Nonetheless, one time I found $100 on the floor since Money Badger. Really? And what did you do with that money, Money Badger? And here we are. Oh dear. I like how he's wearing a FTR shirt, a 7-star FTR shirt. Wardlow being an absolute babyface once again. Love this guy. Yep, that's right. I'm aware of that. Moon's 22, my brother. I am aware of that. So lots of rumors about Jay White, here and there. We keep seeing them on social media. Similarly to how we see rumors about CM Punk till this date, right? CM Punk rumors, they never went away. And Jay White rumors just added to the equation. So we do see these rumors, these speculations, reports from not very reliable dirt sheet websites that these guys are going to appear or this crazy stuff is going to happen, but it ends up not happening. So, I keep my expectations low, because if the expectations are low, the end result, right, is always high. So, Renee Paquette looking good. Oh, wow. Okay, so she's going to be interviewing Ruby Soho, it seems, and you know what? I'm looking forward to this, because Ruby Soho has been so confusing. And okay, she comes out here right here with Saraya and Toni Storm. So I guess the confusion's gone. I think we know exactly where she is and where her heart is. It is right now with Saraya and Toni Storm, and the ladies come out here with spray cans. Coming out here with spray cans is such a teenage move. I mean, obviously, they're trying to appeal to the teenage audience, the demographic, but it's super cheesy. I find it super cheesy. Ruby Hoa, so true. No respect whatsoever for Ruby. But, I think one thing is for sure, we can all agree on this. She is a lot better in AEW than she ever was in the WWE. I mean, in the WWE, I just felt bad for her. I felt like, I just felt bad for her. She was ignored, right? She was overlooked. Fans did not much care about her. Sadly, the way she was presented on TV just made me pity her. Now, in AEW, she really is trying to express her true self and, come out here in the crazy attires, the crazy hair, whatever it is, but she's able to express herself, and that's fantastic. Yep. Exactly. That's right. So she feels betrayed by the fans. She says that, my first match was against Britt Baker. She beat me, and the people were thrilled. So obviously she's holding grudges against the fans here. She's blaming the fans for creating the monster that she is. It's a good start. At least she recognizes that she's turned into a monster. And I can see James here with the big old eyes for the blonde, for Renee Paquette. Alright, James, I see you. I see you. Wow. I'm not sure, Drew. That's a very good question, but I feel like everybody should have seen that turn coming. Everybody, right? I mean, it was expected. Very much expected. AJ, how do you see the chat with your dark sunglasses? You know, actually, it's a very good question, Moons. I have two screens. Actually, I have three screens right here. You know, two of those, they're hard to see because of the sunglasses, but the screen that I have my chat on, that's an OLED screen. So OLED screens are built different, right? I mean, really, you have no problem looking at the chat from the OLED screen, looking at the screen with these sunglasses on. OLED screens are great, so that's how it works out. Is that a shot at us? I'm not sure, but that sounded like a personal attack. But here she is, you know, she's complaining, she's ranting about how the fans turned their backs on the people that they apparently love so much. First Ruby Soho, then Saraya, and of course Toni Storm. So she's here complaining to the fans how they keep turning their backs on these stars. So that's that. Soho is not in Riot Model. That's right. She is not in Riot Model, and she definitely is not a role model, Tony. You're right about that. Are those gaming glasses? No, Money Badger, they're not gaming glasses. They're your regular sunglasses, you know. These are Versace's, so not gaming, but they work out pretty well for me. Yeah. Wait a second, is that Skye Blue coming out, James? I just saw your emojis, and I saw your comment, and oh my gosh, it is Skye Blue. You know what? It is a great show, and the show got even better with Skye Blue's presence. Is she not fantastic? Is there anybody right here who does not like Skye Blue? Exactly, that's what I thought. Everybody loves this chick, and here she is. She gets in the ring, and Ruby Soho attacks her while she was making her entrance, as she was sliding into the ring, and now she gets everybody to hate her even more. Anybody who attacks Skye Blue viciously like that obviously will get a lot of hate from the fans. It's terrible. It's always the fans' fault, says Run DMG. That's right, brother. Run DMG, it's good to see you, but you're right. It is always our fault, all the time. Skye Blue will lose, says True. I think so too. So either she's losing, or this thing is just ending, you know, without a contest. Ruby Soho just incapacitating her to even be able to compete the match. So one of the two things. Oh, actually, she threw her in the ring here, so it seems like we will get a match. Yeah. And Moon says, so what about the chat that you're watching AEW on? I mean the screen. Oh, so the screen. So, you know, the two screens that I have, they get considerably darker with the sunglasses on, but they're not as dark that I have a hard time watching. I'm still okay. But the chat, the screen, the OLED screen, it's bright. So I've got no problems. And here we are one more time. Big kick to the side of the head, down glow Skye Blue. And you know what? Sunglasses, they're great. And I'll tell you why. Because, number one, they keep my eyes protected with the bright screen. Even when I'm doing long live streams, right? There's a lot of brightness here, so it keeps my eyes safe. Secondly, you know, no matter where I'm looking, it still works out because I have three screens here. I can't always look into the camera. But even if I'm not looking into the camera, it doesn't look bad. So that's why sunglasses are great. Okay, and here we are, Ruby Soho, planting her down hard. I think it's got to be over now, going for the cover. And it's a 1, 2. Oh, and Skye Blue kicks out. This girl has got heart. She's not going to give up so easily. And let's see, Tony says, my thoughts and prayers go to Roxanne Perez after an extremely brutal match against the final boss, Mika Satomura. She really won a lot of respect from a lot of people last night. Roxanne Perez and Mika Satomura really pushed each other to the limits. I was hoping that Mika would walk away with the title, but of course, the whole thing ended the way it ended, and Roxanne Perez had to be in the hospital overnight for evaluation, for checkups. Hopefully she's going to be fine. Of course, this is all kayfabe, but, you know, hopefully Roxanne's going to be fine, and we're going to see her come back and even better and take out Mika Satomura for good. We'll see what happens. Jonathan, it's good to see you, my brother. Welcome. Every time I'm late by a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you know, to do the stream, it always reminds me of Jonathan and what Jonathan tells us all the time. He says, lateness is greatness. And when I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm running late, you know, I just hear Jonathan's voice in my head where he says, lateness is greatness, AJ, and it makes me feel better. Jonathan, it's good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you feel doing well. And I can see greetings from cold Cali. That's awesome. From cold Cali to hot Mumbai, good to see you, brother. Welcome. And it was reported all pervert Vince McMahon was in the gorilla seat in Raw, says James. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Vince McMahon really found his way back to the locker room. Really found his way back to the gorilla position, to the creative in some way. So good for him. But this past week, this week, Raw was not too shabby. It was not too bad. So that's a good thing. What is up, AJ? Good to see you, Clay. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Now let's see. I want a picture of the bunny from AEW. Had a tornado hit my old house. I'm sorry about that, Clay. I'm sorry. I hope you're safe. Hope your family's safe. But I'm sorry to hear about your old house and the fact that a tornado actually hit it. Hope you're all safe, brother. I thought you said Vince was in gorilla suit. That would be something. No, he's not the guy who would put on a gorilla suit. He's the kind of guy who would make somebody else put on a gorilla suit for him and also twerk for him live on TV. We've seen some weird stuff from Vince McMahon and his head, I guess, on TV. I still remember the very haunting and traumatizing video of the Big Show, putting on a dance for us dressed as a baby for New Year's party. It was the weirdest thing ever. Big Show dancing with a glass of champagne in his hand, a big hat, a ribbon, across his, I don't even know, chest or his top, and of course a diaper. So that was the weirdest thing that I've ever seen on WWE, and of course that came out of Vince McMahon's imagination, his head. Crazy. And here we are, Skye Blue, trying to turn this around, going after, oh dear, and gets a big kick to the head. Ruby Soho still in control, Skye Blue not doing too well. Look at that. Poor lady. Poor lady. Slaps to the face, sent back to the ring. I feel bad for Skye Blue right now. That's right, I've got my big cup of chai. I actually forgot about it. Thanks for that, Jonathan. I totally forgot that I have my chai here. Thanks for that. I still remember the Triple H on top of Kane. Yeah, we all remember that weird stuff. Don't even remind me of the Triple H and Kane stuff, right? In the coffin. What was the weirdest thing that we've ever seen in the WWE? That whole thing, the Katie Vick stuff. So weird. So weird. Yeah, we got Mustafa here. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, Mustafa. And yeah, this show has been good so far. The first match was obviously pretty good. Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal, always a blockbuster. The second match that we saw this year, between Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal drew about 1.2 million viewers. I wonder if this match tonight is going to be able to top that on social media, on TV. I wonder if it's actually going to draw more viewers than the last match did. Over 1.2 million? We shall find out. What about Edge and Vicky Guerrero's wedding? Oh dear lord. That Edge and Vicky Guerrero stuff, brother. I actually felt bad for Vicky because she really went through a heartbreak. I felt like Edge just used her because he wanted the World Heavyweight Championship. So he put on this whole drama, and used Vicky Guerrero's and her position as a GM to make his way to the top. So I felt bad for Vicky because even as a kid, I could see that Edge was obviously using her. He wouldn't date her otherwise, So yeah, I felt bad for her. And here we are, Skye Blue going after Ruby Soho once again. Butt attack, and gets eaten once again with a kick to the, oh dear, super kick here from Skye Blue. That was quick. And looking to take out Ruby Soho. Ruby Soho with a counter, grabs the arm of Skye Blue. Oh, and she plants her down. It's over. It's gotta be over now. It's over. You're right, true, you were correct. Ruby Soho with the victory. You're right, Penny Badger. Edge used her for sure. Otherwise, he would never date somebody like Vicky Guerrero. Never, ever, so. Yeah. It's sad. It is sad. Oh, and is this going to be a thing forever? Where Ruby Soho picks up the victory and these girls are going to come out and use their spray cans on the opponent? This is very cringy, I've got to say. It kind of suits Saraya, to be honest. I feel like this whole stuff, right, this cringy teenage stuff, it suits Saraya. But if you talk about Toni Storm, I don't know if it suits her. Toni Storm, I always saw her as a more mature lady, a more mature wrestler. Saraya, I always saw her as a silly girl, so, it kind of suits her, but Toni Storm, I'm not sure, and here we are now. Wow, Willow is here. That's good to see. And I like how she's not here to fight Ruby Soho. She's trying to talk some sense into her, really remind her of who she is, and tell her that she's not a bad person. She shouldn't buy into all this crap here from Saraya and Tony. But of course, Saraya and Tony will not let Willow Nightingale talk any longer and get her down. Ruby Soho grabs her, gets her back to her feet, grabs her arm, and there you go. A very weak kick. I must say, that looked super weak. But that was a kick to the face, planting Willow down. Willow goes down hard, and right here we are once again. It is Saraya spray canning not just Skye Blue, but now also Willow Nightingale. Yep. Leaving a statement, leaving a mark. That's right. The spray can seems to be Ruby's idea. She's already green, you're right. Yeah, she's green. Saraya is wearing a lot of green tonight. But Toni Storm, look at Toni Storm. She literally does not fit in this whole equation. There's no green there. She's dressed differently. She looks a lot different than Saraya and Ruby, you know. Yeah. No, I don't feel that Toni Storm really fits in here. You know, I don't think so. But I guess if it keeps her relevant and keeps the spotlight on her, why not? Why not? Willow versus Athena would be good, Money Badger. That's right. And this sucks, says James. I've got to agree. And here we are, Hangman Page with the black eye. Let's see what he has to say. Renee Paquette looking good, by the way. Looking good. All right. Wow, okay. I can respect that. So, Hangman says, as for Mox, after the Texas Death Match, he is finished. He wants no more of Moxley. I think these guys are going to be going down different routes from here now. But what route are they actually going to take? What is next for Moxley? What's next for Hangman Page? Questions here. Questions that are unanswered. What are they going to be going next for? Are we going to be seeing Hangman going for the world title? Moxley going for... I'm not even sure. Really, there are, I feel, limited opportunities, but what is going to happen next? We shall see. This interview is awkward, says James. You know, I really found it awkward, too, until Hangman finally acknowledged that Renee is, you know, obviously Jon's wife and apologized to her. Then it seemed less awkward. But it's always awkward when you have, you know, Renee Paquette, interviewing somebody, and they just pretend like we don't know that, you know, they're related. So, yeah, Hangman made it a little less awkward, I guess. I call him Hangover. Oh dear, Hangover, man. That is, alright, Money Badger. Hangover is how you feel after being drunk, wasted. That's right. Yep. And Hangover was what we all experienced after Revolution, right? We were all experiencing the hangover of Revolution, even on Monday Night Raw. That was a fantastic pay-per-view, a really good pay-per-view, and of course a great road stop to Wrestlemania. Let's see how Wrestlemania is going to turn out to be, but you know, the whole match card of Wrestlemania is different. The whole booking, the match cards, we're seeing a lot of the first-time matches taking place at WrestleMania. We've never seen Omos Lesnar, we've never seen Austin Theory, John Cena. A lot of the matches, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, a lot of the matches here are first-time matches, and that's what is the exciting part of WrestleMania this year. A lot of these matches have never happened before, and that's pretty cool. It wouldn't surprise me if Moxley doesn't take some time off. I think so too. I think he will take some time off. You know, obviously, once again, lots of people right here are directionless. We don't know where they're going to be headed. So for Moxley to take some time off, it gives room for other people to do something. So I guess it would make sense for him to take some time off. Yep. Also, what's going to be happening with BCC overall, right? We don't know what's going to be the road for Claudio and, of course, his buddy. So what's next for these two? What's next for BCC as a whole? We got to see. I feel like ever since William Regal left, even though BCC is still surviving, they're still a thing, I feel like it's kind of slowed down. The momentum is slowed down. It's kind of paused. So if it's still gonna survive, or how long is it gonna survive, we shall see. Moxley vs. Hangman was a banker classic last pay-per-view. Absolutely was, brother. The image of Moxley just stabbing Hangman Page with the fork, right? Stabbing his head over and over again. That image still remains in my mind, planted deep in my heart. Was a crazy, crazy image. And I don't know how it'll ever leave me. I mean, absolutely brutal. Wow. Is Shazam getting a new film? I'm getting a commercial right now for Shazam. Oh, okay. A Big Bang Theory commercial. Wow. Alright, so we're going to be getting a big Dynamite next week, it seems. Wow. Alright, so March 15th, next week, we're going to be getting a big spot here with MJF, obviously, on the show. Next week should be interesting. And here we are now, FTR coming out. That's right, James. FTR time indeed. And it's been a while since we've seen FTR on Dynamite. So, you know, a lot to hear, a lot of answers. A lot of questions will hopefully be answered. Let's see what happens. And Chris, good to see you. He says daylight saving time begins on Sunday. And I'm glad you brought that up, actually. You know, when he mentioned March 15th, that is the first thing that came to my head. Now, what happens after March 12th, right, on Sunday, I believe, is that we're going to be going behind 1 hour. What that means is that now if we were doing these watch-alongs at 6:30 my time in the morning, from next week, it's going to be 5:30 in the morning for me. Which means I've got to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning for these watch-alongs starting next week, which should be fun. So I look forward to it really much. Yeah. Anyways, here we are. But you know what? I kind of like it because I feel like I function better in the mornings than later. So, you know, it should be okay. Of course, a little less sleep, but we're going to be fine. And a kiss to Tony Schiavone. I'm getting real Shad Gable vibes here from these guys. Yep, big FDR chants here, you know. You can almost, these chants are so loud that you can literally not hear these people. You just can't. They got a lot of love for FTR, and that's visible. Yep. Wow. It's gotta feel nice, right? To have so many people popping for you, making noise for you, supporting you. It's gotta be a good feeling. Yep. Wow. Love how they're taking a moment to also remember Jay Briscoe. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome. Yep. All right. I guess you know what. There's always something good in everything, and that's the mindset that I always live with. And I feel like even the Gun Club winning the tag team championship was actually a good idea because that gave us back FTR on Dynamite. So always a good idea, always a good thing behind everything that happens. And Clay says that he wants to be on WWE's The Bump with Bayley. Clay, good luck with that. You know, hopefully I see you on The Bump with Bayley soon. Yep. Wow. And he's not going to talk about his wife or his kids. He's going to talk about the fans because he recognizes how much the fans care about them. That's awesome. It's pretty good. That's awesome. All right. Taking a moment here to appreciate the fans. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the fans making some noise back for Dax and the FTR. We got Rory here. Good to see you. Welcome. And Rory, you know, we were wondering the same exact question a while ago. How long until the BCC splits up, right? I was talking about how William Regal, when he was here, the whole BCC actually it felt like, you know, a concrete, a real unbreakable stable. But now it feels like it's kind of softened up a little bit. Not as frequently do we see them on television. Not really sure what the direction is for each of the BCC member right now, so I do agree with that, Rory. I do agree. I'm not sure how long will it take for them to split up. I would assume that it will happen, you know, by summer, but yeah, I don't see them surviving a long time now. I feel the run has done its job to push Utah and is running out of steam. I agree. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Utah is you know, is really can fly now, right? He's free to fly out of the nest. He doesn't have to stay in the nest anymore. He can be his own man, his own person now, that's for sure. And again, going back to the topic of Claudio and Moxley. Moxley, of course, will continue to do great things, and Claudio hopefully as well, but I'm not sure what the direction is for either of the men at the moment. So let's see, but, you know, coming back to the point of how long until it takes for them to split up, I would say by summer they will be a thing of the past. But guys, let us know. What do you think? How long will BCC survive? How long until this split up? Rory, everybody else, let us know. When did this match finally happen? I'm taking FTR, says Gary. Oh, absolutely, brother. By the way, here we are. Alright, Jade Cargill here. Calling Canadians whack ass and whatnot, not the best thing to do before you're headed there. But Jade Cargill will be defending her TBS championship in Canada next week, so it's something to look forward to. By the way, I must say this one more time because I just realized while watching this interview that Renee Paquette was possibly one of the best investments that Tony Khan actually decided to take, because Renee Paquette adds so much of charisma and personality and really makes the backstage interviews so much better with her presence. And of course, very influential in the wrestling business. The fans love her, so Renee Paquette and having her on board was one of the best decisions that Tony Khan made in recent history. Pretty good. How about that Moxley vs. Uno match? Evil Uno is underrated. I agree. Evil Uno is underrated, but again, as long as the Dark Order survives, Evil Uno will never ever succeed at anything. He's always going to be overlooked, will be underrated. Dark Order right now, I feel like, is holding these people back, right? You know, guys like Silver, I don't know where they're gonna be after Dark Order is over, right? They probably will be released. I'm not even sure where they fit in on this entire roster. But somebody like Evil Uno probably will benefit if the Dark Order is his history. I'm sorry to say that, I feel bad for them too, but yeah, Evil Uno deserves better, is what I feel. Down the Dark Order, etc. And let's see. We got the Jericho, or the Jackass Appreciation Society, in the ring right now. And can I just say, one of the guys actually in the audience, they zoomed in on his face. He looked so similar to Bo Dallas that was scary. Yeah, very similar to Dallas. I can see people here making some noise for JAS. I can see somebody here with the Miro scarf. Miro, once again, nowhere to be seen. We don't know where Miro is. When is he going to be here? No idea. Miro is truly lost. And coming up next is Top Flight. I see. That's right. That's right, Tony. Wrong song, my brother. Wrong song. And here we are. Top Flight and AR Fox making their way out, hoping to shut up JAS. But this should be a good match. Does anybody here listen to Chris Jericho and his songs? Because I used to. I really used to. It was in his songs. Some of his songs used to be my playlist. Talk about Judas. Talk about When the Lights Go Out, right? Some of these songs were in my playlist, but lately I haven't been listening to any of the Chris Jericho songs. Yeah, probably should listen to them. Start listening to them once again, but yeah. He's good. He's alright. I want to be on WWE's Bump. Yeah, Clay, I know. You want to be on Bump. Hopefully, you end up being there, Clay. You deserve it. You deserve it. Anyways, coming back here, AR Fox and Jericho kicking things. Oh, wait, yeah. Look at that. Big punches to the head of Chris Jericho. Kick to the chest. Jericho with a close line, and it's a miss. Nice counter once again. Goes for the chop, a miss. Once again, a chop and a miss. And a kick to the side of the head. Jericho goes down hard to the corner right now. So guys, have you been watching, anybody here, did you watch ROH last week, or are you going to be watching ROH moving forward on Thursday nights? Let me know, because I want to find out how many of you guys actually watch ROH or plan on watching ROH on Thursday nights. We still don't have access to it in India. Well, the website still doesn't work. If I go to the website, if I try to, buy the Honor Club subscriptions, I'm not able to do so from India. So anybody here watches ROH, let me know, because I would love to know if, anybody's watching it, consuming the product. Yeah, because, just like that, if you guys are watching it, then we'll have to figure out a way and try to get the stream somehow. But here we are once again. Sammy Guevara coming out. And one thing I love about Sammy these days is that he comes out here without Tay. Tay was very annoying. Watching her and Sammy together in the ring was terrible. Making their way out together, the entrance, the kisses, was absolutely hideous. So I'm glad that Tay is not coming out with him anymore. Obviously, she's hurt, she's injured, she's at home resting. That's the reason why she's not here. So hopefully she's gonna recover very soon. But still, it's glad to see him without her. I think I see a lot more personality, oozing out of this guy without his wife being around him all the time. All right. Sammy with an Irish whip. Yep. Not bad, not bad. Daniel Garcia seems like he's been tagged in here. That's right. Daniel Garcia tagged in. Let's see. Wow. And he goes down hard. Once again, Jake Hager does nothing. And, I'm not sure why Jake Hager is still around. I haven't seen him wrestling. I can't recall, more than one match of his that I've watched in AEW. Hager barely wrestles. All he does is comes out here with different color hats. Stupid hats, I must say. Stupid summer shirts, Hawaii shirts, or whatnot. And that's it. This guy never wrestles. And I'm not sure if they see that he's not talented or if they think that he can't wrestle, but really, they should have him wrestle sometimes. It's awful to see him standing ringside or just coming out here to do an entrance and nothing else. It is awful to see that. And here we are, Dale Garcia with the upper hand. And, wow, Jericho. Jericho and Sammy just come out here to hug it out with Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia still with the upper hand, still dominating. We got Andrew in the house. My brother Nautic is here. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. How's your knee now? It's good to see you. Have you been walking around now? Yeah. That's awesome. We go back to picture-in-picture. March Madness. Well, March Madness is going to be beginning on Tuesday. So any of the basketball fans, I guess March Madness is starting on Tuesday here. So that's going to be special. All right. Let's see. Andrew says, I was walking 2 hours after my surgery. That's fantastic, Andrew. That's usually what what is encouraged and what doctors do when the surgery is successful. When you are responding to it very well. That's what you want. You want to be walking after an hour or two after surgery. Now I'll tell you, for Kurt Angle, right? He had surgeries, and as you were talking during the interview, he had a pretty hard recovery after it. He said, yeah, he was able to stand up and walk after the surgery, but his had some complications. But you don't want that, and mostly never happens. Kurt Angle was a rare exception. But yeah, you want to be walking after 2 hours after the surgery, and it's fantastic that you were able to do so, my brother. That's awesome. You must still be walking with the walker, right? Yeah, that's great. Have you also been able to climb? Probably not, right? They probably do it like after a week or something. The staircases. I think for Kurt Angle, what he told me off camera, if I'm not wrong, that he was walking after 8 hours or so after the surgery. So there were some complications when it came to his case, but now he's doing very well. And as we know, he's open to the idea of getting back in the ring and wrestling as well, if the money's right, if the price is right. So that's that. But he's doing great now. So he's awesome as well. All right. Let's see. Dante Martin going down hard here on Jericho, going for the cover, and it's a kick out, right? It's a kick out. A very close one, but Jericho was able to kick out in the nick of time. Now, when it comes to this guy, Kurt Angle, right, and his knee surgery, what surprises me is that he's open to the idea of wrestling a match. And it surprises me because, let's see, Andrew says, yes, with a walker, they taught me how to manage stairs, but I don't feel comfortable doing them yet. That's okay, my brother. It's fantastic that they're actually, telling you how to manage the stairs and whatnot. That's great. I mean, that's fantastic, my brother. Knock on the wood. But I would say, start walking when you're comfortable with a friend, a family member, somebody by your side, so they can hold you and keep you safe while you're trying the stairs. But in a few weeks, you're gonna be just fine, and you're gonna be like walking around, running around, doing your regular things. It's gonna be great, Andrew. I'm very happy for you. The doctor told me my knee was an absolute mess, and you're gonna be fine, Andrew. Everybody who goes through, I'll tell you something. Everybody who goes through a knee surgery like that, their knee's a mess. Otherwise, they wouldn't be going for a surgery in the first place. So you're okay. You're fine. Don't get intimidated by it. And yeah, now it's no longer a mess, and you're gonna be just fine, Andrew. Once again, congratulations. I'm so happy for you, brother. Very cool. And once again, here we are. Dale Garcia looks like he's actually on the receiving end of the offense. The Jericho Appreciation Society on the receiving end. We got Hassan in the house. Hassan, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. A chop to the chest. And it is, of course, the Dirty Sammy Guevara and Jericho. A 2-on-1 tag team assault. The numbers game, not to the advantage, apparently. AR Fox with a kick to the midsection of Sammy. He's hanging off the ropes. A double, wow. He takes out both Sammy and Jericho at the same time. Great in-ring presence here from Fox, going up to the top turnbuckle. Sammy is dizzy, dazed as he makes his way to the ring, gets out of the way to safety for sure. One more time, he takes out two people at once. That's crazy. Taking out both Daniel Garcia, Ricky, and Sammy like that, going for the cover and a kick out. How was your weekend on AEW Revolution? It was fantastic. We missed you, Hassan, but that show was incredible. I mean, at Revolution never disappoints. Last year, Revolution did not disappoint. We saw MJF and CM Punk in the dog collar match last year. It was incredible. And this year itself, Revolution, again, never disappoints. Did not disappoint this year as well. Probably was even better. This main event probably was even better than last year's main event. And of course, MJF as champion is something we all want to see. And Jericho wow, crazy. Again, Top Flight showing us exactly what Top Flight's all about. Jericho turning at 360 degrees before hitting the man hard. Jericho in trouble here. Well, elbow strike to the back of the head. One more time, a kick. Beautiful kick to the top of the head with Jericho going for the cover. And in comes both Sammy and Dale Garcia breaking the cover. The match continues. Dale Garcia, oh wow. Wow, Dale Garcia has been thrown to the outside by Dante Martin. Dante Martin looking to fly, and he does. Straight onto Dale Garcia to the outside. Garcia down. Sammy with an answer with a kick to the face. Oh dear. Dante Martin is down, and he's out. Looking like he's going to go for it again. This guy, Fox, is crazy. Taking out people, at least 2 people at the same damn time, over and over again, making it look like nothing is awesome. I can't order the pay-per-view last Sunday night, says Hassan. I'm sorry about that, brother. It happens sometimes, you know, the card doesn't work, or the websites don't want to accept the card, or something happens. Technical glitches always keep happening. Yep, that's fine. And here we are, kicked to the midsection one more time. To Chris Jericho, and Jake Hager finally does something. He did something more than just standing there ringside. That's awesome. Jake Hager finally got a little bit physical, and of course giving the victory to Jericho Appreciation Society. Welcome back, Ricky. You know, we were missing you. Welcome back. Hope you had a lovely dinner, Ricky. What did you have for dinner? Oh dear. Right, I love the sign in the back here, you know, with somebody showing a photograph of Bryan Danielson and writing, "Bring back this Bryan Danielson." Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. And Ricky says, 13 likes, taco, you had taco. That's awesome, Ricky, that is awesome. All right, microphone in hand. Alright, your brother told you Dynamite is boring or not. It's not, you know, Dynamite is good tonight. Of course, we saw the ladies tonight. We saw Orange Cassidy. First match against Jay Lethal was a pretty good match. Jericho here picking up a victory once again. JAS picking up a victory thanks to Jake Hager. Not shabby, not shabby. Now, tonight's show, you know, of course, we've got some other big stuff happening. Right now, we've got a promo being cut by Daniel Garcia and the JAS. But still to come is the most hyped match of tonight. A match that I'm looking forward to very eagerly. It is Wardlow, who's going to be taking on Powerhouse Hobbs. And, you know, it's not just the match that's actually very interesting, very exciting, but also the fact that Wardlow is possibly going to come out tonight in an entirely new look, because last night, and you know, I'm pretty sure most of you guys already know this, but last night Wardlow rented a car, and he actually had his bag stolen from the rental car. The bag had his belongings, it had his clothes, and to, I believe, in any wrestling fan's nightmare, the bag also had the TNT title. So the TNT title has also been stolen along with his belongings, along with the bag. So tonight we're going to be seeing new outfit, new title, or replica title, or let's see what happens tonight as he defends the title against Hobbs. And the lights go out. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Did they really do that? Okay, it seems like they have asked for trouble. It's the Elite, Kenny Omega, the old Bucks or the Young Bucks coming out here to face JAS, and I feel like this is the best thing that they could have done here. I mean, what else could they do, right? Fighting JAS, possibly the best thing that the Elite could do to stay relevant, so this is a win. Kenny Omega, Jericho in the ring again would be a treat for sure. What is Don Callis here to say? Jake Hager looking like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Yeah, Shaggy's just skinnier and smarter. Jake Hager looks a lot dumb, stupid, and really is useless. Unlike Shaggy, who actually solves problems and solves mysteries and is able to find clues. He's actually able to do something. But Jake Hager barely does anything. But you're right. You're on spot here with the comparison. Very much like Shaggy, Jake Hager has really fallen off the map. Jack Swagger would be embarrassed of Jake Hager, that's for sure. Alright, Don Callis here giving him his props, telling Jericho that he agrees. He is definitely one of the GOATs of wrestling. Should be good. Should be good. And who's going to challenge MJF, Run DMG? I really wonder. I do wonder. I would have liked to see Kenny Omega versus MJF, but of course Kenny Omega right now with the Elite is busy with the trio stuff. But I would have really liked to see Kenny Omega versus MJF for the title. That'd be nice. Maybe it's going to happen later someday, but yeah, I can't wait for that to happen. Omega, MJF together would be great. Once again, the lights go out. What is going to be happening? Oh, okay, see, House of Black. House of Black here with a message to these guys. Next week is going to be big. They're going to Canada. It's going to be MJF's birthday. Oh dear, there they are. The House of Black. Staring down at Chris Jericho. That's a pretty good entrance. That's a pretty good entrance for sure. Yeah. Looks like we've got some triple problem happening next week. It's going to be the House of Black. Of course, they're staring down at Chris Jericho. Brody was staring down at the Elite. Next week in Canada, they're going to embarrass them in their own hometown. We shall see what happens. But this definitely sounds great. Interesting, intriguing. So they're going to Canada. It's MJF's birthday. Jade Cargill is also going to be in action. The House of Black, they're going to be defending the Trios Championship. Next week's show is going to be a must-see for sure. Yep. Alright, Jericho here basically telling or spoiling the world the result that we're going to be seeing next week. He says next week we're going to see new Trios champion. The JAS are going to be Trios champion next week is what Jericho is saying so confidently. So we shall see. Who World Stone? So brother, what happened was that Wardlow actually rented a car last night, and from his rental car he had his bag stolen, his belongings, his TNT Championship belt, all of it was stolen last night from his rental car. So tonight we're most likely going to be seeing a replica of the TNT title. Yeah, most likely. I'm surprised. Alright. This so. Alright, okay. Alright, Tony. fine. All right. So All Atlantic Championship is history. International Championship it is. And I feel that the new name makes a lot more sense, right? Why just limit yourself to the Atlantic when you can be international, right? You're expanding, you're going to the UK. Yeah, international makes a lot more sense. So, yeah, it's right, true. Big up to the name change. But I must say, that was confusing. That was a whole roller coaster of a ride of words. I don't even know. Tony Khan needs to be better on the microphone. He went everywhere with going to Canada. The final time we're going to be seeing All Atlantic Championship. Then he went down to Shazam's release, and then we had the Warner Brothers or whatnot. That was confusing, but overall, what we know is that AEW All Atlantic Championship is now going to be the AEW International Championship. That's right. International Champion sounds right. I agree, Gary. It definitely is more inclusive, right? Not exclusive of other countries, not overlooking other countries. It's more inclusive. I like it. International Championship it is next week. I like the idea of it. Sure. Wardlow got the worst pop at Revolution. I agree, Randy OG. And I feel like for Wardlow, it's been a game of patience. People have been patient with Wardlow, is what has happened, right? They were patient with him when he was like a dog or a slave to MJF, right? MJF kept exploiting him. People felt bad for him. They wanted the animal to be unleashed. When he was unleashed, it was pretty sweet. Then, of course, he had his little bit of a solo dance, followed by a dance with Samoa Joe. Did not really work out. Once again, solo. And I feel it was a game of patience with Wardlow to the point where it's become a little bit saturated. I feel, for me personally, I feel like the singlet doesn't work out anymore, the hairstyle doesn't work out anymore. A lot of the stuff, I mean, Wardlow seems like, to me, a newer, but quite the same as Mason Ryan, right? Overhyped Mason Ryan right now. Sorry to say that. I've always seen a lot of potential in Wardlow, but for me, I guess the game of patience is really not working out anymore, and yeah, they finally pulled the trigger on him, put the belt on him. Hopefully it works out, and I also, I'm on board the whole Wardlow hype train or the fan train of Wardlow, but where I stand right now, I'm not crazy about Wardlow right now. Yeah. Let's see. But let me know if you are a fan of Wardlow or if you see something super special in him, or you're excited to see what he has in store for us now. Let's see. And Ramit, good to see you, brother. Welcome. AEW Tony Khan should do something for AEW Women's Tag Team Division. Oh, I see. Yeah. Probably will, considering how they have evolving tag teams now. Trios teams as well, so they probably will, brother. But it's good to see you. Welcome. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, as always, Ramit. Hope you're doing well. Once again, from next week, we're going to be here live Indian time at 5:30 in the morning, Ramit. So, I know you are here from Bombay, so from next week, 5:30 in the morning is when we're going to be here, because we're going to be ending the daylight time saving from next week, so that's that, yeah. Right. Still uncommercial. What is this commercial? So 2023 is for sure a year of films, a year of gaming. Lots of great films and games coming out this year. We all already have seen the release of Harry Potter's game. We're going to be seeing WWE. We're going to be seeing AEW. We're going to be seeing Resident Evil 4's remake. PlayStation VR already out. Lots of great stuff in the world of gaming. But if you talk about films, obviously, we got the Joker coming out very soon. Lady Gaga going to be playing as Harley Quinn, so that's that. Talking about gaming once again, Spider-Man 2 is coming out as well later this year, so this year has been a year of entertainment. Hopefully we're going to be seeing just as much of greatness in wrestling as well. And here we are with Bryan Danielson and a fallout from the match last weekend. I agree. Andrew, I agree. Quite repetitive, and that's what's killing him. That's what's killing the vibe around Wardlow. This guy needs to step up and do something different, right? It's like, we knew John Cena, and he was hated very much, very widely because of the 5 moves of doom. I feel it's kind of the similar case here for Wardlow. The 3 moves of doom, or the 2 moves of doom, just like you said. It's got to change. There's got to be more in his arsenal. And the personality, he's got to free up a little more. Sometimes I find him a little bit stiff as well, so all of that's got to change. Yeah.
perfect anymore. And when Max said, after the Iron Man match, I wouldn't be able to play with my kids, it dawned on me.
You know, I just realized that we've been watching this show for about an hour and 20 minutes. And it's crazy because it doesn't feel like it, guys. And, you know, it's very rare that I feel like the show is flying by. But for tonight, the time flew by. It was a fast and a quick show. And that's always a good thing. Because if the show is fast, which means we've been having a great time. And never noticed that that the clock's ticking. It's awesome. So we've been watching this for about an hour and 20 minutes. And really, it's been worth it. This show has been sweet, has been good. And also, always a treat to see Tony Khan on TV. I hope that we get to see him more often. He's getting better on the microphone. Hopefully he'll be better, even better, you know, as we keep moving forward. But coming out here is Moxley. That's one guy I wasn't expecting to see tonight, but it's good to see the BCC. It's good to see these three together. Claudio, Moxley, of course, they look angry. Utah looks good. Of course, Utah is accompanying Moxley and Claudio to the ring because it's going to be a tag team match. Vacation for Danielson, that's right, true. he's gonna be out for some time, of course, spending time with his kids, his wife, his family, and I think that's fine. You know, make room for other people. There are only so many spots, right? So, yeah, he can stay back for a bit, you know, get better, spend time with his family, and come back. And until then, somebody else is going to be enjoying the top spot with MJF. So let's see. 27 May 2023, WWE King of the Ring live from Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. And 28th May, Double or Nothing live from Las Vegas. I think Mr. Tony Khan AEW to shoot yourself. Oh, wow. So, Robert here, I love this comment. James, I want your response to it. So, Robert says that Tony Khan is shooting himself in the foot because they are having their show that is Double or Nothing just one day after King of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. WWE's King of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. What do you guys think? Is this Tony Khan's fault? Is Tony Khan really making a bad move by having Double or Nothing follow King of the Ring? Or is it a smart move? Let me know. What do you think? But Roman, I love that comment. Looks like Brian Dillon is going to be taking some time off and playing Mr. Mom. You're right, Gary. You're right. Yep. That is exactly what's going to be happening. Oh, they're going to be fighting Dark Order tonight. Yeah, I feel bad for John Silver, you know. I feel bad for him. I mean, every time I think about the Dark Order, I feel like it should come to an end. But then I look at John Silver and I'm thinking to myself, what is John Silver gonna do after Dark Order's history? He's gonna be nowhere. They're not gonna be able to find a spot for this guy on the card. You know, he doesn't... Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Silver. You know, obviously they're gonna get beaten up tonight. Obviously, BCC's gonna eat them alive. I don't even know where we have this match. Yeah, very quickly, look at that. Did not even give them time to take off their cloaks. And with that being said, we've got Claudio going after Silver. Of course, Jon Moxley wreaking havoc ringside, setting him straight. Oh my gosh, the barricade, by the way, just went straight opening out there. That's terrible. That must have hurt. With that being said, Claudio with the upper hand. Silver down. Claudio with the tag made to Jon Moxley. Nielsen Silvers will be okay. Yeah. Hopefully he'll be okay. I don't know. Maybe, you know, if this was a WWE, I'm pretty sure Silver would have been turned into a comedy act. But of course, AEW, they will not do that. I'm pretty sure they will not do that. So, let's see. And Tony says, the AEW International title sounds a bit like Intercontinental title. What a wise move by Tony Khan. Yeah. But I just see it as a welcoming move, honestly, Tony. And I feel like this move kind of tells us their intentions. They want to be a global company. They want to branch out of the Atlantic. They want to branch out of the USA, the Canada. Of course, they want to explore places, and that's why they finally have an international title. I find this a lot more exclusive. I find this a lot more better. Yeah. Possibly, Tony. Yeah. It could happen. Alright, here we are. It is Silver. By the way, anybody speaking of the US and the international stuff, anybody wants to talk about the Puerto Rico decision. WWE is going back to Puerto Rico. Why do you think is it happening? Is it happening just to please the fans of Puerto Rico? Or do they really have some big plan here for some Puerto Rican star? Of course, we know somebody from Puerto Rico in WWE right now is Damian Priest. So do you feel like they have a big plan here for Damian Priest? Do they want to shoot him up to the main event spot? Why could they be heading to Puerto Rico after all these years now, all of a sudden? What could be the reason? Warner Brothers and Mr. Tony Khan AEW do something for Saraya, Tony Storm, Ruby Soho faction. I think they should be adding Mercedes Moné as the fourth member of the outside faction in AEW, says Ramit. I mean, Mercedes Moné, doesn't even have to be in the faction. Even if she's in AEW itself, it's going to be a big, ratings boost for AEW, for of course, Warner Brothers. Don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that Mercedes is going to sign just yet. But if she does, and when she does, it's going to be a big victory for Tony Khan, brother. That's for sure. I agree with you. Dark Order Job Squad for life. You're right, Ron DMG. It's sad, but it's true. They are the Job Squad. But here we are, John Silver grabs Claudio, gets him up in the air, and sends him straight back first into the turnbuckle. Claudio returning the favor with an uppercut. 2 uppercuts. Punches to the midsection. Claudio right now, once again, with the upper hand. AEW has too many title belts. They do have belts. But again, WWE also has a lot of the belts. So, that's just... It's just that. So right now, I believe... So, right now, if I'm not wrong, they have got 8 titles overall. So, yep. You've got the World title, you've got the TNT title, you've got the All Atlantic title, the FTW title, the World Tag Team Championship, the World Trios Tag, the World Women's Championship, and the TBS Championship. I guess in this whole thing, I guess you could do away with the TBS with the TNT, or maybe the TBS and the FTW, but you need those two. So I guess the FTW they could part ways with. It's meaningless, but yeah. It's alright. It adds to the programming. It's not relevant, but it adds to the programming. It gives people a little bit of the spotlight, so why not, Silver is 5'5" stick of dynamite. Is he really 5'5"? Why does he look so much shorter than that? That is crazy. Is Silver 5'5"? Okay. Wow. He looks so much shorter than 5'5". Wow. Yeah, he's 5'4". Alright, 5'4", brother. So, not 5'5", 5'4". Close, very close. Alright, Gary Suzuki says, I said, yes, AJ, put Priest to main event versus Cody for the title. I think it's going to happen, honestly. They're going to Puerto Rico. I just cannot see Damian Priest not main eventing. It's not going to happen. And it's not just a house show. It's a pay-per-view, Backlash. So, it's going to be big. I mean, when they came down to India, they came down here for a house show, right? And of course, Jinder Mahal, the Indian star, jobbed here, and the fans popped for it. So India is a different country altogether. It works different. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure Puerto Rico, Damian Priest is going to be in the main event spot, or close to there, and he's going to win. If it's not the World Championship, it's going to be maybe the IC title or something else. But Priest will walk away with at least one of the championships. That is for sure, brother. Absolutely. Like, WWE doesn't have a lot of titles. WWE does as well have a lot of championships. That's for sure true. That is right. And Robin says, Singh Sabji, when is your next stream? Please mention your next stream schedule time. Absolutely, Ramit. So, I'm live these days on Monday nights. That is for India, Tuesday mornings, Thursday mornings, and Saturday mornings. So next stream is going to be Saturday morning or Friday night for the US. Yeah, and we're going to be watching SmackDown together, Ramit. That's right. That's right, Ramit. AEW does not have Women's Tag Team Championships. Only a matter of time before they'll be adding that title as well. Only a matter of time. But when they do it, they should take their time and build enough tag teams to actually introduce that title, because you don't want the title to be around and be treated the same way that WWE actually treated their women's title. So right now they're in a position to actually have decent champions, but a few months ago WWE was in a position where they did not have any idea of what to do with the women's championship. Hence the reason why Sasha and Naomi left, because honestly they had no idea how to book their women's champion or the championship. So AEW does not want to repeat that mistake. They don't want to do that. That's right. Each title has a role sister. That's correct. Yep. None of the titles are going, vague, or they're not vague. They're not invaluable. They're adding something to the programming. So that's that. And David, welcome. It's good to see you. Welcome. I heard you had some delicious tacos for dinner, David. That's lovely. Gary says 5'4" or 5'5" Dynamite comes in a small package. That's right. Yeah. But he looks so much shorter. That's what happens when you're hanging around a lot of the big guys. It makes you look so short. Yep. And Ricky says, are you just streaming for SmackDown only or for both Rampage and SmackDown? Ricky, for both the shows, my brother. Both of them. Yep. And here we are one more time. It is... sorry. By the way, I think I haven't... Yeah, probably should be showing. By the way, I got some new business cards. I think I probably didn't show this, but these are my new business cards, Look at the design of these things. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. I just got these printed recently, so... Yeah, they look beautiful, don't they? So, sporting the blue and the red. Alright. I just saw them at the desk and I realized I never showed them to you guys, so I had to do that. Meanwhile, breaking news, Instagram is down. Really? Instagram is down? That's sad. By the way, did you hear that Meta is also now selling blue ticks, just like Twitter was? I mean, when Twitter started it, I knew this was the start of something, and of course Meta followed into the footsteps. And now people in some places can also purchase blue ticks on Meta, much like they could on Twitter, so that's that. Anyways, here we are. It is once again John Silver. John Silver has been really the heart of this match, right? So much. It's always fun to watch this guy compete and do all the stuff that he's doing. Look at that German suplex, by the way, from Silver to Moxley. He goes down hard right there. James says, Ramit, that comment just tells me you are clueless. AEW has always had pay-per-view week. It is just a little Paul taking their blood money to get his ego stoked. Do your research, Ramit, and stop posting. You know what? Ramit and James going at it. It's the best part of the watch-alongs. Whenever Ramit comments, I look forward to James' comments. It's great. Anyways, much love to all of you, as always. Ramit, love to you as well. That we're fine. And Andrew says, AEW really needs to get Tap's title off Jade. The TBS title, okay, off Jade. If she really is that dominant, she should not be under the title, to the women's title. Okay, I see you, Nautic. What I feel is that Jade should go to 99, and this is something I've talked about over and over again. She should go to the 99, and in the 100th match, for the 101, she should lose it, and her streak should end at 99-1. That is what I want her record to be like. And I want her to go batshit crazy. I want her to go full on heel, and then go for the women's title, the world's title. That's what I want to see. I want to see her lose at 99-1. Hopefully it will all work out just the way I've been wanting for it to work out. Let's see. And there we go, big uppercut here from Silver to Claudio. And I was just talking about Silver and how I feel he's got to be absolutely lost if the Dark Order is a thing of the past, and here he is proving me wrong. He's entertaining to watch, no doubt about it. He comes in a small package, but he's got a lot of power, a lot of stamina, and really can surprise people. It's awesome. Alright, there will be shenanigans in the main event. Won't be a clean finish. I agree with that, brother. Also, looking forward to the whole Wardlow stuff. Is he gonna come out with the replica title? If it's gonna be a rebranded, I don't even know, a new look. I don't think it's gonna be a new look because it's way too quick for them to come up with a new look. So it's most likely gonna be a replica. But it's a damn shame that these guys keep losing their championship over and over again. With that being said, it's the BCC that picks up the victory, and Dark Order once again do the job, I guess. DMD mentioned their green spray picture in social media. Twitter says, Rummet. I see. Alright. And AJ, are you saving business card? How much sale business? Oh, I'm not selling them, Ricky, but when we meet, I'm gonna give you my business card. But of course, these things are not for sale, my brother. Alright. And here we are. It is Cassidy. Just throwing Silver over the top rope to the ringside, just like that. Like he's nothing. And the BCC, of course, going after the poor Dark Order. I think Evil Uno is going to come out and it's going to... Oh, there we go. I knew it was going to be happening. We're going to be getting a little bit of a face-off here between Jon Moxley and Evil Uno. Something we all needed to see. That's right. And Rena, once again, good to see you. Good morning. And that's right, Ricky loved that. NXT chants running wild. Oh, you mean AEW. Alright, Ricky. I see exactly what you're doing. BCC will be heels. True, you are correct. They are heels. And out comes Wheeler Yuta taking out Evil Uno. Leveling it up with him. Poor guy. Poor guy, Evil Uno. You gotta feel bad for him, right? Gotta feel bad for him. That's not good. And Andrew says, I would love to John Silver versus Ray. It would be like watching midget wrestling, but better. that would be funny as well. And here we are, Hangman Page coming out. And he's had enough. You know, I actually liked his entrance, the Tron and everything that they had for him at Revolution. The black and the red, I felt like looked great for Hangman. Today he comes out here with his regular Tron with the yellow and whatnot. I feel the red and the black really suited him. And here he is with a big punch to the side of the head of Claudio, taking him down. Yeah, and they're not going to take it well. Uppercut to Hangman Page, and all of these guys just dropping up on poor Hangman Page, taking him out. Poor guy. I think we know what direction he's got to be headed now. This thing really turned around very quickly. From the Dark Order to the Evil Uno to Hangman Page. Yeah, BCC taking out everybody. Uppercut. Beautiful uppercut too. True. You're right. And you know, AJ, James, I love said... Oh, I know, Rick. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Monday was a funny night. I probably said AEW more times than I've ever said AEW in my entire life on Monday night. Alright. Alright, so we're done with most of the show here. There's still one more match to come. It's going to be Wardlow versus Hobbs for the TNT Championship. And it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. So anything can happen. This match can end up being anywhere, you know, in the backstage area, parking lot, in the middle of the ring, anywhere. It's a Falls Count Anywhere, which always is a good idea. Looking at the time right now, we've got about 20 minutes left before the show is going to be wrapping up. So enough time to make this a great match, a fantastic match. And with that being said, we are currently on a commercial break. But hopefully when we come back, we're going to be getting a great main event. But just like True said, you know, the main event finish will not be clean. Since this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, there's got to be no DQ, right? No count out. So we should be hopefully getting a finish. But just like you said, True, it will not be a clean finish. There's got to be something dirty happening towards the end, for sure. I would love for Hobbs to win, honestly. I would love to see him picking up the victory and surprising everybody. Because I feel that most of the people do not feel that Hobbs is going to win. They think that Hobbs, you know, he's getting a shot, but it's going to be Wardlow who's going to retain because they don't expect Wardlow to drop the title so quickly after winning it. But I, for once, would love to see Hobbs win it and surprise the world. Take over the title for Wardlow and show him exactly how to take care of a championship and not lose it in just a couple days after, after winning it. So that's right. And Ricky says, I picked Wardlow to win. My pick here is Hobbs. I think it's going to be Wardlow. My brain says, my mind says Wardlow, but my heart says Hobbs. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to say Hobbs is going to win. What is this commercial break? Seriously, is that mop a new thing over there? We've been using that kind of a mop since 2010. It's been so old here. Alright. Okay. Are we getting the same commercial break? Because these commercial breaks are funny. Alright, look at that. Now, Apex. I'll tell you what about these games. I don't know if I'm too old for them, but I just don't get these games, right? We're talking about the PUBGs, or we're talking about the Fortnite or the Apex Legends. I can't get hyped about these games at all. The massively multiplayer, I never got into them, and now that they look more cartoonish than ever, I just can't get into them. These massively multiplayers, I just can't. Anyways. Wait, is Scream 6 coming out as well? I had no idea that Scream 6 was in the making. Scream 6 coming out this Friday? It's awesome. And of course, Kesha and MJF are going to be on Impractical Jokers on Thursday night. Kesha, of course, the very famous singer. MJF, the world champion. This probably will be the first or Impractical Jokers episode that I will actually watch. The full episode. Yeah. Look forward to it. The funniest part about this whole JAS stuff, right, and don't call me out on this, but I don't care about these two, and especially the guy in red. I don't care about him, and I don't care about him enough to even know his name. Like, after all these months, I still don't know the name of the guy in red, and I don't really plan on, like, learning his name or, finding it out, because I just find him funny, and I find him super stupid and irrelevant for me to even know his name. So, that's that, but I feel like, yeah, if anybody became a star out of the whole JAS thing, it was not him. Like, the whole JAS thing probably did nothing for this guy, except for keep his job in AEW secure. Yeah, this guy's super irrelevant. Anyways, James here with the AEW chants. I love that. I missed that this entire night. We got some NXT chants from Ricky, but the first real AEW chant from a real AEW fan. Love that, James. And Truth says Impractical Jokers is trash. I agree. And, I've just seen snippets of it on YouTube here and there, but I feel like this MJF one should hopefully be good. So Thursday night, we'll probably have to check it out. But guys, once again, speaking on Thursday nights, I've got to ask you this one more time. Anybody here watches ROH or will be watching ROH on Thursday nights? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Alright, next week we're going to be seeing MJF's Rebar Mitzvah celebration. Of course, he is going to be celebrating his birthday and his championship victory next week on Dynamite, which will be going live from Canada. So it should be a good show. We're also going to be getting a triple threat trios tag team match. It's going to be House of Black, the Elite, and of course the JAS going after the trios championship. And up next right here, Wardlow versus the Face of the Revolution ladder match winner of 2023, Hobbs. So let's see what's going to be happening. We've got about 14 minutes left, including entrances, for this match to take place. I told you AJ James is at I know, Ricky, I know, that's right. And Ricky here with the counter AEW chants. My brother Gary said, I thought they were going to challenge Acclaimed. I thought so too, but that whole thing ended up being nothing, so did not expect anything better from those goofs from JAS anyways. And here he is, Wardlow, and I want to see what championship does he come out with, because obviously we know he lost the real one, so it should be interesting. Is he gonna come up with a replica? Is he gonna come up with a bootleg version? Let's see. Come on, Wardlow. It's taking him a while. Well, I think I know what's gonna happen. He's not even gonna make an entrance. That's right. That's the perfect way to do it. He doesn't have his championship, right? So the perfect way to really play it all off is not having him even enter the ring and just starting off the match from the parking lot. I think I saw it coming, and that's exactly what happened here. Wardlow and Hobbs, they're just starting out this match from the parking. I mean, if you don't have a championship, don't make an entrance, and that is exactly what they did here with Wardlow tonight. I like that. Alright, Daddy Magic Hard Dips, that's right, sure, that is right. Yes, I'll be watching ROH, says James. Alright, brother. We'll have to do something with ROH. We'll have to make it happen. Wow. I've got to say, backstage brawls are so much better when Eddie Kingston is involved because, that better be the rental car which actually costed Wardlow the championship loss. Anyways, here we are, Wardlow being sent to the hood of the car. That back's got to be hurting right now. Alright, let's see. Andrew says, I will listen to you, AJ, watching ROH. So, Andrew, the problem with ROH is that I don't have access to it in India. Like, they don't, of course, they're not airing it on TV here in India. On top of that, when I go to the website, try to buy an Honor Club subscription, it doesn't let me do that. So, that's one problem that I'm experiencing when it comes to watching ROH in India. So, I think I'll have to go to one of those bootleg websites to watch it. I think that's the only option that I have left, but we'll have to do that, yeah. Once again, sent to the trays here, tray to the back of Hobbs. Wardlow right now, dominating. The only access to ROH Wrestling I have is social media, says Gary. And I think that's a problem. Accessibility is a little bit of a problem here with ROH. But, we just had one episode of ROH so far, so I feel like as the months roll on, hopefully it's going to be more accessible to the people worldwide. Back to the Assault, that's right, true. That is correct once again. I miss Eddie Kingston because when we're backstage, I want to see Eddie. I think Eddie is one of the best to do some crazy batshit stuff backstage. Unless the rental, I hope they have rental car insurance. Yep, that's right. I'll be watching ROH tomorrow, AJ, says my brother James. Alright, James, brother, I hope you have a good time, but I know, Brooklyn Joker, we were talking about it earlier as well. So Wardlow rented a car last night, and from his car, he had his bag stolen. Now, that bag had his belongings, his clothes, and we're watching him actually wrestling kind of casual street clothes tonight. So that's another thing. But he had his clothes, his outfit, his championship, everything taken away from him, everything stolen. And yeah, that's why we never got an entrance tonight, because he doesn't have his title. So that's that. Wow. So by the way, guys, speaking of, as I'm watching this whole backstage assault, I'm just thinking about how the backstage fights are going to look like in the upcoming AEW video game. And talking about that video game, I looked it up on the PlayStation Network, tried to pre-order it. But they have removed the pre-order option. Like, you cannot pre-order the game anymore on the PlayStation Network, on the console. So that's that. And also, as far as the release date is concerned, while some of these stores, put up a release date of 31st of March, there is still no official release date on the PlayStation Network or I'm pretty sure the Xbox networks too. So we don't have an official date. So that anticipated the 31st March probably not going to be happening. We're probably not going to be seeing the release of AEW Fight Forever in March. It's probably going to be happening after Wrestlemania. I would assume that the game will be releasing around Double or Nothing, because that's their premiere event, right? And it's just going to be so much better when they have the release of their official video game around Double or Nothing. I think it's going to make a lot more sense. So I don't think it's going to be happening a day before Wrestlemania. That's just going to look random. So I would assume that it's going to be releasing in May around Double or Nothing. But let's see. I think it was somewhat Joe who took out. It would be nice if this whole thing was turned into a storyline and, a AEW star actually has the title. But I'm afraid that's not the case, and the bag has legitimately been stolen, and somebody else has it. And somebody else will be selling that off for a very good cost on eBay. Little late, Brooks, says James. Yep, a little late, just a little bit. Alright, anyways, here we are, and we're getting commercials for the Power Slap show. And very strategically, they have placed this show that is Power Slap immediately following Dynamite on TNT. And the reason why is that these people, the TBS, they are hoping that they're going to be able to draw those AEW fans and going to keep them on the channel even after AEW goes off the air, and they're going to stay hooked for Power Slap. Anybody here watches Power Slap? Anybody at all? Let me know, because apparently, from what we have been reading this past weeks, even this strategy of theirs is not really working out, because there's a substantial drop that they see every single week post Dynamite. A lot of the people just tune out of TBS after Dynamite and they don't stick around for Power Snap. They switch channels and they don't want to watch the show. So that's that. True says nope, I don't watch it. Alright. Every time I have watched the Power Snap, I get a headache. You know, I just honestly feel uncomfortable. I have not watched the whole episode. We don't have access to that either here, so that's a problem. But other than that, you know, on Twitter, every time I've seen like clips of it, I can't. It's hard to watch. And it's almost exploitation. By the way, that was a beautiful spine buster, which was not sold at all. No sell at all to that spine buster. Beautiful one, but again, no sell. Once again, both of them on their feet right now, and I can see how Hobbs here is actually wrestling in those Timbs, right? It's beautiful, and it reminds me of Shad Gaspard. Shad had a lot of love for Timbs. He was known among his fans, his friends, for his love for Timbs. You would see him rocking a new Tim every single time. JTG once jokingly said, I hope he was joking, or I'm not even sure if he was serious, but he said that you would see him in new Timbs every time you'd meet him. He had so many Timbs, but yeah, what a fantastic man was Shad. AJ, I was reading something. WWE wants Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. I'm not surprised, you know. Again, this could be true, but this could also be fantasy. This could be La La Land that a lot of the WWE fans want to see, right? I mean, honestly, there's so much stuff going on about Jay White, and now Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley too. Yeah, I feel like this could be a whole fantasy that is being played out by the WWE fans. It could be, it could not be, but it also could be. By the way, beautiful spine busters once again from Wardlow, from Hobbs to Wardlow, two of them in a row. He goes for the cover, but Wardlow once again with a kick out. So it's a false count anywhere match, but we haven't really seen a lot of, you know, false count craziness yet. A little bit of the backstage stuff. That's how we started off the thing, but you know, it's not been super crazy. And speaking of that, Hobbs actually goes to the ringside. So hopefully, we're gonna get some crazy now. We are getting some crazy. Looks like he's gonna be removing that barricade. Yeah, looks like it. And much love, brother. Will Hobbs, FTW. Alright, so you think Hobbs is gonna win? I think so too. I mean, I'm hoping that Hobbs wins. And there you go. He sends Wardlow straight to the barricade. The barricade busts open wide right there. And Hobbs... what is he looking for? A table. Looks like it. He's trying to retrieve a table. Alright. Are we gonna go to commercial now? Don't tell me that. Oh, we're not. Good start. Alright, so these are the final few minutes of the match for sure. We got about 4 more minutes left, so anything can happen. Seems like Wardlow has turned the tables around and has laid out Hobbs on the top of the table. Hobbs not able to move out. Wardlow goes for a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move on the top turnbuckle. Crazy. A crazy swanton bomb here from Wardlow on Hobbs on the table. Goes for the cover and Hobbs kicks out. The table breaks in halves. Hobbs is down. Wardlow goes for the cover and Hobbs still kicks out. Crazy stuff. Wharton bomb. That's right. That is right, true. I keep calling it a swanton bomb. Beautiful, beautiful match. Alright, Brooklyn Joker Andrew says that he has heard the same about Brian Cage. Oh, you've heard that WWE wants Brian Cage? Wow. You know, I can see WWE turning Brian Cage into a comedy act. Honestly. Yeah, I can see it from a mile away that they would very easily and quickly turn him into a comedy act. But it would be nice to see him. I actually like Brian Cage. I like him as a character. I like him as a person. I feel it's pretty chill, you know, and also puts on good matches. So I like Brian Cage, and if WWE wants to have him, you know, I feel more power to them. At least he's going to be on TV more often, and we're going to be seeing more of him, hopefully. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Anyways, let's see. And James says, it's just a fake story. Wardlow still has the title. Joe is on ROH tomorrow, and he still has the 2 belts. That is why. Oh, I see, James. Hopefully that is true. And here we are. QT Marshall. What business does QT Marshall have over here? Kick to the ball. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the QTW that they had been hyping for so long. QTW is finally, oh dear. And people were wondering, what is QTW? They were getting hyped if it's somewhat of a new subscription service, but no, it's not. It's QT Marshall. QTW is here. Look at his t-shirt. It says QTW. AJ, what are your thoughts on Ruby Soho and Toni Storm and Saraya as a tag team? Brother, I love that you asked me that. You know, they have definitely been the highlight of the show tonight. They're great together, but I feel like Toni Storm, I'm glad that Ruby Soho has been paired up with them, because Ruby Soho is a lot more relevant than ever that now she is with Toni and Saraya. I think it's great for her. Oh dear. So Hobbs is gonna win tonight. Hobbs will be the TNT champion after tonight, that's for sure. Once again, I don't know why QT Marshall is doing all of this, but yeah, these two just laid out Wardlow. It's gotta be over. We've gone to 7. It's an 8. It's a 9. It's over. Hobbs gonna win. Hobbs is the new TNT champion. It just happened. That's right. New champion indeed, true. James says this is a BS ending. Ricky's not happy. Ricky is super unhappy here. Brooklyn Joker called it, and Tony says, I'm shocked. Wardlow, I'm calling Nick Khan, I quit. I know. You know, I'm happy for Hobbs, honestly. I would have been happier if Hobbs would have won this whole match by himself without the aid, the assistance from QT Marshall. I would have been a lot happier that way. But I'm super excited to see Hobbs in his first title run here with the TNT Championship on Dynamite. I'm super excited to see how it does. I have a lot of love for Hobbs. I think he's one of the best wrestlers that they have right now. He's only gonna get better as the months go by, but I'm ready to live in this era of this TNT champion, the new TNT champion, Powerhouse Hobbs. It's gonna be a great era, and we're all gonna be living in it. Ricky's not happy. I can see a lot of you guys are not happy, but I think that this is promising. You know, young talent, new talent, first title run. A lot that we can expect from him. Who cares? David is not happy either, I see. Wow, it sucks to be Wardlow. 7 out of 10 says Gary. It does suck to be him. It definitely does. But again, it's a game of patience with Wardlow. First, you know, he's MJF's sidekick. Then he kind of, frees himself, but still not that up there in the spotlight in the card. Then the little dance with Samoa Joe. Then once again getting lost a little bit. Finally becoming champion, dropping it to Wardlow. It's a game of patience with Wardlow, and I'm kind of done with it. I'm kind of done being patient. But I'm happy for Hobbs, and I look forward to this whole championship run of Hobbs. Should be good. You're right, True. You said it. You predicted it. True told us that it's not going to be a clean finish. Something's going to happen. There's going to be some shenanigans, and that is exactly what happened, True. You know, they call you the longest running predictions champion for nothing. That's right. 8 out of 10 for Tony. Love that. 5 out of 10 from James here. 8 from Brooklyn Joker. I love that. Ricky with the 5. This sucks, says Ricky. Tonight, I give AEW a big fat F, says David. Hobbs won. It's great for me. Exactly true. I love Hobbs. And honestly, as a talent, I like him better than Wardlow. I think he's phenomenal. Very good in the ring. Not stiff like Wardlow. I find him very stiff. Great on the microphone. Great personality. I'm ready for this whole run of Hobbs. Overall, I give Dynamite tonight a 6.5. It was not a bad show. A little bit... some moments were a little bit dull. That's all I'm gonna say. Too many backstage interviews, I feel, with Renee Paquette. Renee looked great, but apart from that, I feel like we could just, calm down on those backstage interviews. A little too much of them. No MJF was a little bit of a disappointment, but overall, a great show. Loved it. 2 hours. Did not feel like 2 hours at all. Felt like 30 minutes, 40 minutes at max. Great show overall. Will Hobbs should be AEW World Champion. One day, Brooklyn Joker, that's gonna happen. It will happen. I see David not happy at all. More watch along. It's Friday for SmackDown. That's right. So Friday, we're gonna meet for SmackDown. Rampage. Also, I'm gonna be playing 2K22 for one last time, just like my brother Moons22 said earlier. Once again, I also would like to thank everybody for being here, but I would also like to give a special shout out to my brothers Moons22, my man, and of course Money Badger for the very, very generous donations tonight. And I must say, all of this donation is going to buy 2K23 donation box, because that's a super expensive game, I feel. Not really worth it, is what I feel. But yeah, It's gonna help out. Every dollar helps for the 2K23 donation box. Thank you guys. And Instagram is still down, say David. Instagram is waiting for me to get back on there, and then it's gonna get up. That's that. The way the TD title is treated, just retire it, says James. Well, it's lost right now apparently. So, well, thank you, David. Thank you, James. Thank you, Ricky, True, my brother Brooklyn Joker, Ricky, Tony, Gary, Andrew. I hope you're feeling better, and I'm glad that the surgery went well. Thank you once again for being here. You're awesome. Everybody, Run DMG, thank you so much for being here. You guys are great. Weenum, all of you. Have a good night. Sleep well. And I'm going to be seeing you all on Friday for SmackDown, Rampage, and a lot of gaming coming soon. Thank you, Ricky. You guys are the best. Thank you, James. Everybody, take care. True. Good night. Sleep well. I'll see you Friday. Much love.